There are two big plays to get to because we have to have the conversation about Steph Curry. And I know KNBR, Warriors fans are going to hate me, but now even the guys say, I think Jason Smith is right. He's been saying this for a long time. This is going to be known as the stop, I guess, maybe. Maybe it's the stop. With the Lakers up 1 and less than 30 seconds left to go, the Warriors have the basketball. Steph Curry's got it, and the Lakers guard him one-on-one with Anthony Davis out at the perimeter. And this is how the next two plays unfolded.
Curry dancing with Davis, lost the handle, keeps the dribble, 10 to shoot. Curry doing it himself here. 1 foot fadeaway, no good. It's Green with a rebound, tipped by Wiggins. Another chance for Golden State. Curry, a long three, no. Walker with the rebound.
TNT on the call. Steph Curry could not shake Anthony Davis, and he put up 2 off-balance shots that weren't close. They got lucky and fortunate to get the offensive rebound the first time. Steph puts up a 28-footer, which, again, 28-footer from Steph, okay, he makes those. Jordan Poole does not, but this was still...
Jordan Poole didn't even get on the court. We got to talk about him, too.
This was still an off-balance shot, and the Lakers get the rebound, they hit their free throws, and they win 104-101.
How did they not screen him off, though? How do they not try to do something?
No matter where he went, watching it is like watching Stephanie, because I say it all the time. It is, at this point, if you are Steve Kerr, you have to say, we need something else for the end of game better than Steph get a shot, because that's killed them in this series now 2 games. Whether it's Steph being older or the defense on him or the fact of what I've said, he has a problem. At the end of close games, he's not as effective because he can't get his own shot because he's too small. He's too small. He can't get around. He can't muscle anybody. And as you saw here, where was he going? Anthony Davis looked like he was 3 times as big as Steph Curry, and Steph Curry wasn't going to be able to dribble around him at all. Like, that was not going to happen. They cleared out for Steph, and I'm sure what the Warriors thought was, we're going to clear out for Steph, the Lakers will throw 2 defenders at him, and now we got it. And instead, when the Lakers came out with AD, they were stuck. Right? You also have Draymond on the floor who's not going to shoot, so that's a big thing because that's an option that's not going to happen. So Steph is out there trying to dribble his way around AD. There was no creativity. There was just, Steph, you're going to take the shot. Nothing.
But nobody steps in to try to put a body and make AD work a little bit.
It was
one-on-one.
It was these 2 shots for Steph Curry.
Where's Jordan Poole been this series?
And Steph misses both of them. Misses them off balance. These were not great shots. But this is nothing new because I've told you at the end of games, he is not nearly as effective because he can't get his own shot off. Yet they keep going to him and saying, Steph, make it happen. At this point, you would think Steve Kerr would say, I'm a big basketball mind. Just giving the ball to Steph doesn't work. We got other guys that can make shots. Klay Thompson has made pretty big shots. So if Steph can't get his shot, why force it? If Steph was 6'7" and could dribble around, okay, great. But no matter how you want to argue with me about, Steph is still great, Steph is great. You put 2 defenders on him, what's he going to do? You put 1 defender on him here, he couldn't get his shot off. Why? Because he's too small. And he can't dribble by AD. He's not fast enough to go all the way by. He can get by AD by 2 steps. AD's got to put his arm out. And I'm blocking the shot. It's going up. That's what happens. And people don't get that at the end of games, Steph Curry is not the same. He's not. All superstars at the end of games are not created equally. Because if you can't get your own shot off, guess what? You have trouble at the end of games. This is not Steph Curry's thing. And you would think Steve Kerr by this point would say, something better than just Steph creates something, do it's got to be on the table. Whether it's Klay, whether it's Wiggins, whoever it is, it's got to be something. Because this is just not working. And this is 2 games that the Warriors have lost at the end because Steph can't get his own shot off. They lose when he passes out of the double and Jordan Poole misses the 28-footer when they had no other play planned. And that's what I can't get over. This lack of planning or this lack of being able to execute. This is a team that's won 4 championships. This is a team that's won a lot. These 3 guys have been together for a long time, and still this is the best they get. And the Lakers have said, you keep doing this. We have now beat you twice, Mr. Best Point Guard of all time at the end of games, because you can't get your shot off. We did it with 2 guys the first game. We brought out AD for you on here, and I mean it. That was as good as the NBA gets. Steph trying everything he can to get around AD not moving, getting up. It's kind of like watching Kevin Love when he was out on the perimeter on Steph Curry when the Cavaliers beat the Warriors in the NBA Finals, came down from down 3-1. That big possession in Game 7 where Steph is trying to get around and Kevin Love is out on him and he's not moving and Steph can't get that shot off. That's a big deal. It's been a big deal for a long time, but people want to blow it off because Steph's a great player and he's got this great image, and I understand all of these things about Steph Curry, but you have to understand what I'm telling you is the truth, because I'm not wrong about Steph Curry in the end of games. You got to figure out something else.
Well, but that's just it. You have all these instances, and the way you style your offense is to run him or Clay off screens, spot up, what have you. And in these pivotal moments, it's let's go against the best defensive player in the game when he's on his game. Right? When Anthony Davis is sound and ready to go, nobody alters shots at the rate he does. I think we can all stipulate to that. And whether that's under the basket or 28 feet away, he's just as effective because he's still got good footwork and that wingspan.
He almost took it away from him. Before his first shot off, he almost got an open floor steal on Steph Curry.
So he gets the first shot up, right? Little runner, off balance, whatever. Misses badly. Warriors get the offensive rebound, and he immediately calls for it, thinking he's got enough time to get the shot off. And the closing ability of AD, because he didn't slump fully back into the lane, right? Took a step or two off, and then immediately right back. It's like an outfielder, right? Your first step's got to be back. And this was, where's Steph? Heat-seeking missile, first step back, and immediately get that arm up to force a change of trajectory for Steph to take another step backwards instead of forwards, and you get the rainbow shot that misses, and eventually they're able to clear the ball. But this is where, having a guy like Jordan Poole that you can't trust on the court is also a big deal. Not just because of that shot, and we can argue till we're blue in the face. Good shot, bad shot, timeout, all of those things that could have been done, screen out, try to find an open space because you had time. In this case, final seconds and shot selection. Jordan Poole, last 2 games, 2 of 13 from the field, 5 total points, 0 for 6 from 3.
Is that good?
He played 10 minutes tonight and went scoreless.
Is that good, Mike?
Look, he
had a good run.
This is part of also, now you want to get bigger than just Steph Curry.
That's another shooter that you don't have.
Yeah, and look, and Clay had a bad night, but sure, Clay has made big shots in his
But Clay's also had some
right?
really bad shooting nights. Again, owing to that Lakers defense through this series.
I've told you all the time. We'll get into that.
This is the end of the Warriors as we know them, man.
The Lakers defense. It's great. The whole thing I told you. But that's the other part. Now, you want to widen this out for the Warriors. And this is why they're a team that was a few games over 500. They hit the playoffs. They won a couple of games on the road, and suddenly you saw everybody, they're back, man. They're back. They were just waiting for this. Look at this. They're back. The Warriors are not the team they were. Their young players have not ascended. Jordan Poole has not ascended like they thought he would, right? Kuminga can't even get on the floor. He doesn't play. Wiggins is not the same guy he was when he was an all-star last year and for a lot of this year. Draymond doesn't shoot anymore, and Clay struggles way more than he used to. This is just the natural, hey, the Warriors have gotten older, and dynasties end when the new players coming in don't play like the old players do. When the Warriors dynasty was at its best, they had guys coming off the bench that were fantastic all the time. And not that suddenly you would have bench guys at the end taking shots, but when Steph and Clay used to leave games with an 8-point lead, they would come back sometimes, it would be a 14-point lead. And now they're coming back in and it was, look at this. But that's the bigger part of this, is that this is not the same Warriors team. They seem like the same because it's Steph and it's Clay and it's Draymond. And it's Wiggins. They're great. And it's Steve Kerr. These seem like it's the same, but it's not. Every team left in the playoffs is fallible, right? This is even though it's 3-1, this is a close series. It's a close series. The Lakers were able to hold off the Warriors at the end of games a couple of different times, but this is a close series. The Warriors are not the same as they were last year, and that's why they are where they are, down 3-1 in the second round of the NBA playoffs.
You got 9 points between Poole and Klay Thompson. 9.
Is that good?
Lonnie Walker had 15
Asking
in the
for a
fourth.
friend.
MVP.
Is that good?
I just wanted to say 9.